الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن استنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Alhamdulillah, we start by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we send our salam and salawat on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our efforts, our time that we are giving to learn from the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as good deeds and put this into the scale in the day of judgment as good deeds for all of us and forgive us for that, inshallah ta'ala. Now, in our journey of the Arabic of the Quran, before we start actually, we brother don't leave today because as we decided, brother Mustafid will give us breakfast today with his own money from the pocket because he didn't uploaded 2 videos last week. So he went for vacation, so he has to give something to do for his brothers, right? Everybody agreed, right?
Agreement.
Yeah. No problem. So all good. So we are feel hungry. Inshallah. Okay. So in our journey last week, we did something new from the fragments. After the 5 fragments that we did and we had a quick exam, we started to find the ways to find the invisible is. Meaning, in Arabic there is nothing called is. Like here we have like he is going to a doctor. The masjid is beautiful. There's no is word in Arabic. So we had 5 ways to find the is. Then after that we found out when there is a is, these are the sentence called jumla ismiya, meaning the noun sentence. This sentence are noun sentence mainly, and noun sentence mainly, just to describe again, are those where you don't see an action itself, meaning there's no like verb, no fail, like an explicit fail. Obviously in English when you say that I am Ronnie, am is a verb, it's an auxiliary verb, okay? But it's not an action verb, it's just I'm stating. So this kind of sentence are noun sentence. So we'll do a very quick review and then we'll learn something new about inshallah ta'ala also. And we have few examples because now we will have more examples because we have almost done our foundation of you can say the ism. So a lot of things will come now that will review our other things. So we will see today inshallah ta'ala. So the review of 5 fragments, just to revise myself and for all of you, the mudaf ilay, and the condition for mudaf ilay, there's a light and there's no alif lam. They has to be side by side, and mudaf ilay is always in the status of the jar. Then we have jar majroor, bata, ka, lam, wa, min, fi, an, ala, hatta, ila. These 11 words are jar, and they makes the word next to it, the ism next to it, a majroor, meaning in a jar status. So and they has to be side by side. Okay, they has to be side by side. For the mudaf ilay, one thing you have to remember that whenever you say attached pronoun with an ism, that's the mudaf ilay without any doubt. Also, we talked about special mudaf. The special mudaf are some 16 words that we learned in the chart. I don't have the chart here, but you guys have it. I emailed you before. The fawqa, tahta, qabla, bada, wara, baina, inda. All these things, are min duni. All these things are special mudaf, and they makes the word next to mudaf ilay. The next fragment we talked about is harf nasab, which is very important. Inna, anna, ka, anna, laita, lakinna, la, anna, and I said there's 2 more also, bi, anna, and la, anna, but they are part of anna actually. Then we had mawsuf sifa, meaning something that adjective and that defines the next word. About mawsuf sifa, one thing we have to remember, which is whenever you see in the Quran the 2 names of Allah side by side, they are not actually mawsuf sifa. They are not considered mawsuf sifa. We'll see one of the examples today. So if you see like rahimun, karimun, it's not, although they grammatically they are mawsuf sifa, but because they are Allah's name, it's not that one is describing the other. The both itself is a name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the exception for Allah's name. We don't say it mawsuf sifa. Both are whatever status they are. Okay. So but grammatically they are mawsuf sifa. The next thing we talked about the pointing words. We have this chart haza, hazani, haulai. Like today we decided inna haula. So definitely this inna haula warahum. These people, this disbeliever, they ask the they love the dunya basically, in the Surah Al-Insan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, so use the word haulai there. Also we have zalika, tilka, zanika, tanika, ulaika and ulaika. And the singular and the plural is always non-flexible because the rafa, nasab and jar is always the same. We talked about that, we had a question in exam. And the main thing to remember, if the word, the pointing word has an al after it, then it will be a fragment. So there is no it for it, okay? So if al-kitab means, hazal kitab, it means this book, okay? But if we say, haza kitabun, then this is a book, okay? So if there is nothing, no al after the pointing word, then it's normal, okay? Like there is is. These are the 5 ways to find invisible is that we did, and it's all of them are very, very known to you. The one, the proper followed by a common word. Obviously, independent pronoun. As soon as you see them, huwa, anta, ana, huwa. All these things are basically independent pronoun, and they are. If you see them, there is a is or are after that. Okay. Harf of nasab. As soon as you see harf of nasab, then you will understand that this is a. There will be is after that harf of nasab. We also talked about ismul ishara, the pointing word. We just talked about this, and the break in the chain. Break in the chain is the summary of all the 4, and we said break in the chain means you look at a sentence and you see if the first word is connected to the next word. If it is connected, then there are some kind of fragment. Okay. As soon as you see there is no connection, this word is not connecting to the next one, there is a break in the chain. And whenever you see the break in the chain, you put a is there. Okay. And if you see 2 break in the chain, for this level actually, if you see 2 break in the chain, do not worry about the second break. You only put the is in the first break, as we mentioned before. So that's what we did. Then last week we did the component of Jumla Ismiya. So what are the components of Jumla Ismiya? And we're going to emphasize more on that. We did some example, and today we'll do some more examples. So this is the one we did. So Brother Mustafa, you missed this one. So you can have a look at it and try to understand what you're saying, okay? So Jumla Ismiya has different components, okay? 3 components. Mubtada, which is called subject in English. We have khabar. Khabar means the information about mubtada. In English we call them predicate. But in Arabic there's another extra thing. It's called muta'alliq bil khabar, which is kind of like a khabar but with some more information. We gave an example to understand that. If I say, I am in the masjid, I is the mubtada, the subject. In the masjid is mubtada, muta'alliq bil khabar, because it's like I am present in the masjid. If I say I am present in the masjid, then I will be the mubtada, subject. Present will be the khabar, predicate. Where are you present? In the masjid. Extra information. So the main information, I am present. Where? Extra information is muta'alliq bil khabar. Okay, that is the extra information, and that is also. And there are some clues to remember them. Just like this is what we've been doing actually from the beginning, the first class, as we're teaching our kids, that when you see the ending sound una or ina, the first chart, Muslim chart, we try to get clues to find out, how is this matching with what I know. So that's, we have to have some clues to find out, is it a mubtada, is it a muta'alliq bil khabar, is it a khabar? So that's what we did. So a sentence must have a mubtada, a sentence must have a mubtada, noun sentence. A sentence that is failed will have mubtada, but that's kind of invisible. We'll come to that when you do fail. Mubtada must be a rafa. Mubtada must be a rafa. Or harf of nasab. Inna, anna, ka'anna, laita, lakinna, la'alla. So a mubtada must be any of these 2. Either it's a rafa. No, don't ask me what is rafa now, please, okay? Because even your kids know that now. Okay, rafa. So mubtada must be rafa and harf of nasab, or harf of nasab or its victim. A sentence may have both khabar or muta'alliq bil khabar. Muta'alliq bil khabar, I wrote it MBK just to make it short, or any one of them. It could have both, or it could have one of them. Okay? There's no rule. So you can have, like the example I gave, I am present in the masjid, or I can also say I am in the masjid. So the first one has all 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3. Second is 1 and 3. Okay? And khabar is either rafa, so khabar is also rafa, or any fragments except these things. It cannot be a jar majroor. It cannot be special mudaf. Special mudaf are those 16 words. Fawqa, tahta, baina, all these things. Okay? And it also cannot be harf of nasab. Why? Because we said already harf of nasab is actually mubtada. See, mubtada must be a rafa or a harf of nasab. So khabar cannot be harf of nasab. Okay, khabar cannot be jar majrur. In later lesson, in advanced level, you will see there are some exceptions. Okay, we will see one exception today, but in general, this is the rule for our level. You know, the sentences that we're gonna do, the Quran that we're gonna read, inshallah ta'ala. You know, most of the time you will see this is the rule. Okay, and MBK muta'alliq bil khabar is either a jar majrur or a special mudaf. Okay, these are the only things we have to remember. Okay, and then we did some example, and today also we'll do some more example on this and something extra. Okay, what is the extra thing we're gonna do now? I said that in a sentence we must have one. One means whenever I say one means mubtada. Okay, I have to have an M. I have to have an M. Then I can have a K or I can have a MBK, or I can have a K or I can have MBA, both. Everybody clear on that? So I can have a combination 1, 2, 3. I can have 1 or 2. I could have 1 or 3. Okay, I cannot have 2 and 3 for this level. Okay, I can have 2 and 3. I must have 1. Okay, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, can I have 3, 1, 2? Yes, I can have 3, 1, 2. Can I have 2, 3, 1? Yes, I can have 2, 3, 1. Can I have 1, 3, 2? Or maybe 1, 2, 3 also the normal one? Yes, we can have all this. So this is what we're going to talk about with the sequence of the components of Jumla Ismiya. These three things, how they come, and what is the standard rule and what is the exceptional rule. That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, when in a normal way, the standard way is that you have 1, then you have 2, then you have 3. Very simple to remember. That is the standard rule. You will have a mubtada, first a mubtada, and a mubtada could be rafa or harf of nasab. Then you will have a khabar, and then you will have a muta'alliq bil khabar. This is the standard rule. Whenever this rule is changed, something change in the meaning also. That's what we're going to learn inshallah today. So these are the example we did. I'm not going to go through them because we have some more examples like this today. So these are the examples we did to find out which one is mubtada, which one is khabar, which one is muta'alliq bil khabar, depending on what fragment are these. Where is Brother Manzur? Brother Manzur, why are you hiding? Okay. So can you help us so Brother Mustafa will understand? Innal insana lafi khusrin. What is the mubtada in this sentence? See, if you sit that back, you can see. That's why I say come forward, inshallah. What part is mubtada? Only insan? Innal insana. Why it is a mubtada? A mubtada can be what? A rafa or a harf of nasab. So inna is a harf of nasab. So innal insana is a mubtada because it's a harf of nasab. If you just say insana is not rafa. It's a nasab. That's why it's harf of nasab, right? So innal insana is a harf of nasab, and that's why it's a mubtada. And right after the mubtada, there's no connection between insana and la. Okay, so we put an is. Definitely human being or humans are, or the human beings are. La, this la is not our 11 la. This is a la of emphasis. We told them so many times there are different types of la. This la we haven't learned about it. It's just like to put emphasis on it. Definitely, kind of like Allah putting more emphasis on that. Fi khusrin. What is it? Fi khusrin, Brother Mustafa? What kind of fragment is that? Fi khusrin. Where do you see the word fi? Is it ism mawsuf sifa? Is it a harf nasab? Is it jar majrur? Or is it mudaf ilayh?
Fi.
Brother Shiraz, can you help Brother Mustafa? Fi khusrin.
Which one is that?
The third one. Fi khusrin. This part I want to know. What is this fragment? Come on, you are...
Love.
No.
Jar majrur.
You are betting very good the other day.
Jar
Six and everything.
Yeah.
Jar majrur, yes. So if it is a jar majrur, then which one is it? Is it mubtada? Is it a khabar or the muta'alliq bil khabar? It's a muta'alliq bil khabar. Because see, we said MBK is either a jar majrur or special muta'alliq. So in that sentence, we only had 1 and 3. We had 1 and 3. We had a mubtada and we had a muta'alliq bil khabar, MBK, right? We also did this one, inni ma'akum, definitely I am with you. Okay, Brother Rubai, you want to do that? Inni ma'akum. What is inni?
Indeed, I.
Yeah, what is the fragment?
It's half of nasab.
Can you break it for me? What are the words there?
Inna plus here.
Inna plus ana.
Ana.
Ana is the original I, but the
I
suffix will
plus
be
the-
like e. So inna, inni, ma'akum. But-
Ma'akum with you.
So inni is you said it's a harf of nasab, which is good.
Which is
So then
mubtada.
it's a mubtada.
Mubtada.
It's M, number one.
Number
Okay.
one.
Ma'akum is what is this?
Ma is ma'akum with me. So ma is a special mudda.
A special mudaf. Out of the 16 words, one of them. Ma'akum. So this is special mudaf. So this is also muta'alliq bil khabar. Definitely I am with you, with all of you. So Allah is saying definitely I am with all of you. Okay, then we did this one in the salataka sakunun lahum, in the abana lafi dalalin mubin. We did this. We'll do some of them, so don't worry. Inshallah, hada balagum, because the other brothers did this one. So okay, so this one, okay, this one we need to know that. Okay. Now the standard or normal sequence of the normal sequence, or the standard or normal sizes for the typing mistake. Normal is MK, MBK, 1, 2, and 3. Everybody understand that? Okay. Standard or normal sequence is M, K, and MBK, 1, 2, and 3. This is the standard. When it is abnormal sequence, then it is either muqaddam or muakhar. Okay, so this is the new two term we have to learn today. So when the position change, it calls muqaddam or muakhar. What does it mean? If K, look at the K, becomes number 1, then it's called a K which is muqaddam, meaning it came before it was expected. It was supposed to be in position number 2, but it came in number 1. So we say muqaddam. Qaddam means before, okay? Akhir means akhir. You all know akhir means akhirah, right? The end, okay? If I see like that one, we will see some example there where the mubtada is at the end, the subject is at the end. Muta'alliq bil khabar is in the 1. So muta'alliq bil khabar, 3 is 1. So 3 came into the number 1 position, and the M went to the number 3 position. In that case, we say the MBK is muqaddam, meaning it was it came before we expect this. It came earlier than before. It was supposed to come at the end, but it came at the beginning. And we say the mubtada is muakhar. It was supposed to be number 1, but it went at the back. So these are the two terms we need to know about it, okay? So it's just English term, as long as you remember them, okay? You don't have to like memorize or anything, but you just remember muqaddam, very easy to understand. Muakhar means something that is end. So whenever they change position, their title gets changed, okay? Also, the muqaddam means it came in the sentence earlier than expected, okay? The muakhar means it came later than. Now we'll have an example, then the example came before, but anyway, we'll have an example, then you'll understand. There are 4 reasons for this abnormality of the sequence. There are 4 reasons Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala changed this sequence, okay? We will learn about one of them. So, what I'm trying to say, whenever this sequence is changed, whenever it is not 1, 2, 3, or it is not 1 and 3, okay? Now you can say, okay, brother, if it is 1 and 3, like inni ma'akum, or innal insana lafi khusrin that we just did, right? It has 1 and 3. They are normal. Although a 1 and 3, but they are in the right position, right? 3 didn't come before 1, 1 didn't go into the 3, right? Although we have 2 missing, it's okay. But they are at least in the right position, okay? Imagine like 3 cars are parking. The imam car should be at the beginning, muazzin is the second, and the third one will be like volunteer or someone, okay? So if the muazzin is not there, but still imam is in imam position, and he is behind him, okay? That's fine, one spot is empty, it's okay, no problem, okay? So muakkar. So there are 4 reasons in Arabic, it happens. We'll talk about one reason. The other reasons, inshallah, when the time comes, we'll talk about it, okay? Because it's going to be too much to know, even I also don't know that the last 2 reasons, it's a bit difficult now. We'll go through them, inshallah. Now, we're going to do an example, then we'll understand. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started the Quran with Alhamdulillah. Everybody knows that, right? In another surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Lillahi alhamdu rabbus samawati rabbul ard. In another surah, Allah said, Lillahi alhamdu. See, look at this 2-1, okay? Now, in the first one, okay. in the first one where it says Alhamdulillah, what is Alhamdu? What is the status of Alhamdu? Rafa. So it is our Mubtada. Right? Is there any relationship with Alhamdu and Lillah? Is it a fragment? Concentrate, brother. Brother Manzur, brother Mustafiz, everybody do. Is there any relationship between Alhamdu and Lillah?
Yes.
What relationship?
No relationship.
No relationship.
Mudaf,
No. Mudaf cannot have al.
Al.
See? But it's good that you asked this question so other brothers also get clear on it. Mudaf cannot have al. So there's no relationship. If there is no relationship, the break in the chain, we put a is after that. So Alhamdu means the praise and gratitude is Lillahi. What is Lillahi, brother Tariq?
Li, the lam, and the word Allah.
Allah, which is jar majrur. Li is, this is our li, like the 11 li. So for, this means for Allah. So Alhamdu is for Allah, right? And here the Mubtada, number 1, M comes in the beginning, normal sequence. Lillahi is MBK, A MBK, and it comes in the next. So this is a normal sequence, right? On the other hand, look at the other thing. Lillahil hamd. The Lillahi part, which is a MBK, comes first. And Alhamdu comes second. So this is a 3-1 combination. Imam's card is at the back. Volunteer went in the front. Okay? So it's a difference here. Now, what is the meaning change? It meaning change with the exclusivity. What does exclusivity mean? You will see the meaning and they will understand. Alhamdulillah means praise and gratitude is for Allah. Lillahil hamd means praise and gratitude is only for Allah. That is, makes the thing exclusive. We have to use the word only, and that changes a lot of meaning actually. And you will find, a lot of time you won't find it, a lot of translation, even if you the translation of what, the older translation, what is it called? Yusuf, yeah. His translation, a lot of things this is missing, I mean, I'm not blaming them, because they are, other generation people, they use like, Shakespearean language, like, there, it, unto, I, this, but you miss the meaning of it. So that's the difference. Alhamdulillah is praising this for Allah. Lillahil hamd, when the sequence changes, it becomes only for Allah. Okay, the only words come there. So that's one example. We'll do 2-3 more examples, then it will be clear for inshallah ta'ala. Next example, let's do this one. Okay. Wa ilallahil masir. Wa ilallahil masir. Anybody knows the meaning of masir?
Return.
Return, the one who returns. Okay, so meaning we are saying here, return is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We say in Surah Al-Baqarah, the last 285 ayah, second last ayah, wa ilaykal masir. To Allah is our return, right? Now here, ilallahi, Brother Shiraz, ilallahi, is it a fragment?
It is,
Don't worry about the wa. Wa is like N.
that's right. Ilallah looks like mudaf there.
No.
No.
Ila,
Ila is a
harf of jar. Harf of jar majrur, yes. Ilallahi is a jar majrur. If it is jar majrur, then is it MB or MBK? Brother Samsul Haq. Sorry. Ilallahi means it is MBK.
MBK.
It's number 3. And al-masiru is the rafa. That's the first rafa in this sentence. And rafa must be mubtada. So it is 3 and 1. That's why it means it is only to Allah we return. We don't return anywhere else. It is only to Allah we return. If someone say return is to Allah, it's not the right translation actually. It means our return is to only to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? This will look at this one. Indahu mafatihul ghaib. Indahu mafatih. Mafatihul means the one who has the key. Maftu means key or the gateways. So the meaning is that indahu, to him or with him, the key of the unseen. We're talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Okay. Now indahu, what is it? Brother Jahid? Special mudaf. Special mudaf is an MBK. Okay? Maftu mafatihul ghaib. Brother Rubaid, what is it a muftada? Can it be a muftada?
It's the sifamo. The meaning it's because it matches all the sifamos of things.
No, it's not.
No,
like
no,
this.
no. Mudaf mudaf ilayh.
It's mudaf ilayh. Okay, but we didn't talk about. We said a mubtada could be a rafa or harf nasab. Is it a rafa? We said mubtada could be a rafa or harf of nasab. So definitely it's not harf of nasab. We agree that, right? We know this is mudaf ilayh. But how can you prove it's a rafa? Yeah, the first one, mafatihu is rafa. If the mudaf ilayh is rafa, then that is, the whole thing will be rafa. It means that the key to the things, and also it's proper because mufatihul al ghaib. So it's very proper. So this is also special mudaf MBK 3 and 1, and the meaning is it is only with Allah subhanahu wa taala. It is only with Him the key to the unseen, no one else. If you don't say only, it means someone else can also have the keys to the unseen. Okay, so this is how we translate it. So the return is only to Allah, and we say the keys to the.
Any other word other than only?
No other only. At the moment, I said 4 reasons. One of the reasons to put only. The other 3 reasons, any other word, we'll learn about it later. This
only will come.
Only will come. Yeah, only will come. Okay. This is called exclusivity. In Arabic, it's called takhsus. Okay, meaning you don't need to know Arabic, but anyway, but meaning is something to make it exclusive. You will see some of the thing, and it is really beautiful. Now you look at Quran in a different way now. You will see some of the example and you will understand. And that's why. And I actually checked. If you check in your app and everything, that this kind of translation, they won't put only. Sometimes they put only. Sometimes they don't put only in the normal translation. Okay. The Sahih International Translation is pretty good. Most of them is good. Almost 99. But I mean, I'm not saying they're bad, but I'm saying they probably did it for general people to understand, not like from the grammatical point of view. So that's why they did it. But the true meaning is this. Okay. Next one. Look at this one. Mulkus samawati wal ardi lahu. Brother Munzur, you try this one. Mulkus samawati. Don't worry about this part. See, when you have a wa, whatever is the connection with this and this connection carries over because and is just connecting. Okay. So mulkus samawati. What is this fragment? Is there any relationship between mulkus samawati? Is there any kind of fragment there? Mudaf ilayh. Excellent. Good. Very good. And mulkus samawati wal ardi, the whole thing is mudaf ilayh, right? And it is rafa, right? It is rafa, and it has. Why it is rafa? Why it is a rafa? Because this mulku. Remember, like muslimu, mulku. Okay, mulkus samawati wal ardi. Lahu. What is lahu means?
La.
Who?
Who means you?
What is la means? This is one of our 11 la, like 11 words. 4. Who means him, for him. So the meaning is the dominion, the kingdom of samawat and earth, kingdom of the sky and the land for him. But Allah didn't. This is why I painted it yellow. Allah didn't say this way. So if we say this way, then this is mubtada. Am I right? This is mubtada because we found out, we clear this is rafa. Mudaf ilayh, but this is rafa. So this is our first mubtada. You can think in a different way also. See, there is nothing between these two connections. So this is our first fragment. There's a break in chain here. So we put a is here, right? Obviously we put a is after mubtada. So anything before is mubtada. There's another way to find mubtada. Anything before is mubtada. So because there is a break in the chain here, we put a is here. The kingdom of sky and the earth is for him, right? So this is our mubtada. And this is our lahu is jar majrur. The bata, kaf, lam, wa. So this is our MBK. So 1 and 3. So this is normal sequence. If we say normal sequence, the translation will be the kingdom of sky and land belongs to him or for him. But Allah didn't say this way. What did Allah say? Lahu mulkus samawati wal ard. Didn't Allah say that way? That means what? Now the sequence changed. The lahu comes in the beginning. Right? So now it will be, the translation will be, it is only Allah, or it is only for Allah, only for him, the kingdom of heavens and sky belongs to him. See how the meaning changed now? That's what Allah said, Lahu mulkus samawati wal ard. Not mulkus samawati.
Like this. For him only. For him should be coming first, isn't it?
No, it doesn't have to. It's depend on the English. You can say you know, the mulk of sky and the kingdom of sky is only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It doesn't have to go. Translation, English translation is up to you. Or you can translate in different way. But the main thing, you must put the only. So it's exclusive for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The kingdom is exclusive for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? So that is another example. Let's do another example. I brought a few examples today. Okay. Wa fis samai rizqukum. Wa fis samai rizqukum. Who wants to do it? Brother Zahid, you try inshallah. Forget about the wa. Fis samai, what is it?
Fis samai is a jar majrur.
Jar majrur, excellent.
It says MBK.
MBK. Rizqukum, is it a mubtada?
Yes, rizqu is mubtada.
How can you explain rizqukum for me?
So rizqu is the one word,
Yes.
and kum is another.
What kind of fragment is the fragment?
It's a mudaf mudaf.
Excellent, very good. Yes, so rizqukum is a mudaf mudaf and rizqu kum because it's rafa. So this is also again 3 and 1. So it means only from sky is your rizq. Fi means in. Only in the sky is your rizq, meaning all of our rizq, all of our provision, whatever you eat, biryani, rice, your salary, everything comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the top, from the sky. Everything comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from the sky. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. All of them are, the Quranic ayah. It's all from the Quran. So that's why we have to put only here. Okay. This one is very interesting. Okay. Very interesting. Okay. So the yellow one Allah didn't say. This is Allah saying. Hum fi ghaflatin mu'ridun. And you can also say hum mu'riduna fi ghaflatin. Okay. So start, Brother Tariq. What is whom?
Is
They.
independent.
They.
Is it an independent pronoun? Excellent. So whenever you see independent pronoun, it is
Then
Mubtada. Mubtada, because Rafa. All independent pronouns Rafa. Also we said independent pronoun, as soon as you see there will be is after this or are. So they are, yes, they are.
Fi ghaflatin mu'ridun.
Hmm.
So fi ghaflatin, this is one fragment.
Yeah, what fragment is that?
Jar majrur.
Jar majrur, very good.
Jar majrur. And
And mu'riduna, is there any connection between ghaflatin and mu'riduna? No. What is mu'riduna then?
muridun is another rafa, so that is the next fragment, is the khabar.
Khabar, not fragment, that's a component. Yes, good. So this sentence has 1,
3 and 2.
3 and 2. This sentence has 1, 3 and 2. Now, but Allah said, as this is what Allah said in the Quran. If we say in this way, okay, ghafla and murid, so I'll just explain the meaning, because even if you understand this meaning, it's really good to know this thing. Ghafla means some kind of, ghafil means people who are ignorant about their mistakes.
Negligent.
Okay, negligence.
Negligent.
Okay, this negligence, ghafla actually basically means negligence without knowledge. They didn't do it deliberately. So like I'm playing video game, okay, and Maghrib came and I forgot. But I'm sorry for that, and I didn't check the time. Or sometimes it happens, we're working at office, and time passes, we didn't serve. Like not intentional basically. Mu'ridun comes from the irad. Irad means something you do intentionally. So two different things. One you're doing without intention. One you're doing with intention, deliberately. Okay? So, but Allah connected both. Okay? Allah saying, they, only in there, and look at this here. Because it's 1, 3 and 2. The first one is 1, mubtada. 3 is jar majrur, which is mutalliq bil khabar mbk, and then 2. So this is the sequence change. We have to, it is muqaddam and muakhar, meaning the mbk is muqaddam and khabar is muakhar, because it's supposed to be in the 2, it came in the 3. So it's, the meaning is Allah saying they are only deliberately making mistakes in their ignorance. In the other one, Allah saying they are deliberately mistakes in their ghafla. But what it means basically, the people who are deliberately not taking the message of Allah, like sometimes we tell people, they know that you have to come to Fajr. If your house is close by, you should come and pray in the masjid. They know you have to wake up before sunrise and pray Fajr. They know this. But deliberately they are not setting up their alarm. Okay? But Allah saying they are doing it deliberately only in their ghafla, because they have no idea what is the consequence later on. So they are ghafla about the consequence of this deliberate ignorance. So Allah mixed them together, So that's why sometimes you tell people, like your friends and say, brother, please try to pray 5 times, They say, yeah, I'll pray, Sometimes you tell brothers to, brother, keep your beard, or sister, brother, wear hijab. They know it is fard. They know it's in the Quran. Some of them know which ayah it is. Okay? They even know everything. But still they say, no, she doesn't wear. A lot of people doesn't wear. I also don't wear. Oh, my father doesn't have beard. My brother, I also don't think it's not a big thing to keep it. So they are doing deliberately, knowingly, but they are ghafal about the consequence of the deal. So that's why Allah said that way. Allah didn't say the other way. Okay? So that's why it is interesting. Okay. And there's another thing today we're gonna learn about same thing. I know a little bit too much because we're gonna do some exercise more tomorrow. Okay? So I have to show you this one today. Oh, there's another one. Okay. Inna Allah. This is also very good. Inna Allah bikum la raufur rahimun. So this is 2 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are not mawsuf sifa. I'm telling you from the beginning, okay? So, Brother Mustafa, try this one. Inna Allah. What is this fragment?
Inna, Allahu, mudaf ilayh.
No. Inna
Oh,
is
Inna is Jamajul.
no, harf nasab. Harf nasab. So this is our mubtada. Inna Allah is our mubtada. Number 1. Bikum. Brother Tariq. Jarmal. Bikum. We know the bata, be like Bismillah, like bikum. So Inna Allah bikum raufur rahim means rauf means gracious, generous, and rahim, you know the meaning of rahim. So Allah saying definitely Allah only for you, bikum, or with you, like Allah talking to the Muslims, for raufur rahim. If Allah would have said that Allah is raufur rahim for you, then Allah would say Inna Allah la raufur rahimur bikum. Bikum would have come here. It would be 1, 2, and 3. But it became 1, 3, and 2. Right? And why? What is the emphasis? Because Allah is saying, only for you, I am Rauf and I am Rahim. Okay? Or because we are Muslim, we believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In one of the ayah, Allah said this one, Inna Allah bikum la raufur rahimu. Okay? So it's not if Allah didn't have put the only, then it means Allah is Rauf Rahim for everyone. Which is Allah is Rahim for everyone. But Rauf and Rahim is only Allah for the Muslims. Okay. The last thing for today.
La was for the emphasis. Right?
La was for emphasis. Yes. La. Okay. Another thing today. There is an exception. What we learned, there is an exception. For that we need to know the exception. The sequence of MB and MBK, exception. If Mubtada is common, okay, wait, slowly you will understand inshallah. Mubtada is common, then Muqaddam and Muakhar is considered normal sequence, meaning we do not put the only. What I'm trying to say, that I'll show you some example. We said when it is 3, 2, 1, or like any abnormal sequence, it's not 1, 2, 3, then we bring which word? We bring the word only. Where are you going to put only? If you know the translation, you will know where to put the only. Don't worry about that too much. You know there will be one place you're going to put the only, especially before the jar majrur. But anyway, so we are saying this is our rule, general rule. If the sequence changes, then we bring the word only to make it exclusive, right? But if the sequence change, but our mubtada, which is our subject, is a common word, not proper, is a common. You remember the types, common and proper? If it is common, then although it is muakhar and muqaddam, although the sequence is abnormal, we don't bring the only. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. For example, look at this 3 sentences. Fihi hudan. Fihi means what? In it. It's a jar majrur. Everybody understand? If you don't understand why jar majrur, ask me. Because fi is our bata, kaf, lam, mim, ma, fi, an, ala, tahila, right? Or that one. And hudan is guidance. So Allah is saying, in it, guidance. Now, whatever we learned so far, we said, this is 3, this is 1. Hudan is our rafa. Okay, why hudan is rafa?
Same.
Yes, it's non-flexible. Why is non-flexible? What is the clue? Because of the alif maksura. Remember, Brother Mustafi? Yeah, hudan is non-flexible. So rafa is hudan, nasab is hudan, jar is hudan. So fihi hudan means in it guidance. Now according to our lesson that we just did, we should say only in it the guidance, because sequence has changed. But because this is proper, this is common, this is not al-huda, this is hudan, this is common, we can see that it's a common. Then we say in it guidance, we don't bring the only. And that makes sense, if Allah would have said that you need guidance, Allah is talking about the Quran, then only Quran has guidance. But we know the Sunnah has guidance, right? Even Allah said there are guidance in Torah and Jabur and Injil, isn't it? Allah said there is guidance in the stories of the Prophet. So that won't make the sense. If Allah said only Quran has guidance, then it's not right actually. Anybody can refute that. Then no, we have a lot of guidance from Sunnah, or Rasulullah's life story and everything, right? So this is why in this case it is considered normal. Only one clue that this become common. This is a common. The mubtada is common. It's not proper. Same thing here. Fi qulubihim maradun. Everybody knows this ayah, right? Ayah number 10 of Surah Al-Baqarah, right? Fi qulubihim maradun. So here also fi qulubihim, okay? What is qulubihim means?
In their heart.
In their heart.
In their-
Mudaf mudaf ilayh, right? And fi is making them jar. That's why it's him, not whom. Okay? So fi qulubihim, in their heart, a disease. So if Allah, if we say this is 3, fi qulubihim is muta'alliq bil khabar, this is 1. If we say no, only in their heart there's a disease, then it's a problem. Because they could have normal disease also. They could have disease in their head also, in their mind also. They could have disease in their body also. Right? A person who has disease in their heart could have a normal disease also. Can they have? So we cannot put only here. So this is why, because why this is common. Maradun is a common word. Same here. Fihi ayatun bayyinatun. In it, this it is Allah talking about the Kaaba, the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Kaaba. Allah saying, in Kaaba, near this area, there are some miraculous signs. One of the signs Allah mentioned actually, the Maqam al-Ibrahim. So Allah is saying, in it, there is ayatun bayyinatun, clear proof. But is it the only proof there? There are other signs nearby also. Even the sky on top of Kaaba is a sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is it the air and the trees, all are sign of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we cannot put only here. And look at this, ayatun bayyinatun. It's Rafa, Mawsuf Sifa and Rafa. Ayatun bayyinatun, Mawsuf Sifa and Rafa. Now the examples that we did, actually there's another one we can do here. And this is-
The question here,
Yeah.
Bayinatun, can we say this is a khabar or the whole ayat?
No, this is Muqtada.
So, okay, so whole thing is
Mubtada.
Okay,
Why? Because this is Rafa.
okay.
Common.
Because khabar is also Rafa, because I
Rafa.
thought
Hmm.
it, the
But,
sequence
you know,
is a 3, 1, and 2.
Yeah.
The most of it.
Okay.
But
that's
because the
fine.
whole
Yeah.
thing is relationship. Yeah, okay. And actually, this is actually a complicated thing. You will know this later on. Actually, you are right to raise this question. And there is some other things there, okay? But we'll know about it later. It's a sarf thing, and we'll go later on. So, وَلِلْ كَافِرِينَ عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. This is a scary one actually. This is what Allah says, you know. Allah said this is Allah said in so many places, but one of the places, Surah Al-Mujadila, ayah number 4. At the end, Allah said, okay, look at the 6. وَلِلْ كَافِرِينَ. So, lil kafirina, what is it, Brother Munzur? Lil kafirina, what type of fragment? Is there any fragment there? Is there a relationship there? Lil kafirina. Li is for. What is li? I don't want the translation. I want what is li? Is it Mawsuf Sifa? Is it Mudaf Mudaf ilayh? Is it Jar Majrur? Where do you see li? Where do we memorize li? Jar Majrur, yeah. Bata, Kaf, Lam, that's the li. So this is a Jar Majrur. Lil kafirina. Okay, and the kafirina is like Muslimina. It's the jar here. Okay. So lil kafirina, so which is a jar majrur, which is number 3. Azabun alimun, great punishment. Azabun alimun, is it Rafa? It is Rafa, so it's Muqtada. Is it common or proper? It is common. Is there any al there? No al there. There's nothing to be about. So Allah didn't say that, you know, Azabun alim is only for kafir. He didn't say that. He said there is a great punishment for kafirun. But doesn't mean that other people doesn't have that. Even the munafiq could have a great punishment. Allah didn't make it exclusive for the kafirin. Even a Muslim can have azabun alim if his heart has some problem, you know, he did some great sin or something. May Allah, you know, not make us from them, you know, inshallah. Okay. Now the next one, this one, look at this one. Indahu ummul kitabi. Indahu is mudaf, special mudaf. So this is our MBK, right? Ummul kitab. Is it a Rafa? What is the fragment Ummul Kitab? Mudaf. Is it Rafa? It is Rafa. Why Ummu? Why it is proper or common? Why proper?
Al-Kitab.
Al-Kitab. If mudaf ilayhi is proper, the whole mudaf ilayhi become proper. So this is a proper. So this one is with him. So this is our bags. That's why I painted it yellow. So this, only with him is the Ummul Kitab, the mother of all the books. Meaning only with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the mother of the book. Meaning all the mothers of the books. You know, in the Lawh and Mahfuz. Allah's talking about that way. Okay. So only. So we have to bring only here because the Mubtada is proper here, not common. Also the example we did, ilallahil masir. We did that, right? We said ilallahil masir, al-masiru. Al-masiru is a proper. Everything we did is a proper before. If you go back to the one and check, see this one, okay? I think that's it for today. I don't have anything else yet. So inshallah, tomorrow I will bring some more example. In those examples, we will not translate, but we will try to find out what is Mubtada, what is MBK, and what is, Khabar. So 1, 2, and 3 we'll try to find out, inshallah. And then after this one, tomorrow we have another small lesson regarding the same thing. Then from next week, maybe next week we can have a quick exam, about this. Okay, it's only simple. It's 5 ways to find ease and 3 things, Mubtada, Khabar, and this, just to refresh our memory. And because when you have the exam, see, we are doing everything actually. We are doing all 5 fragments, right? We're doing our fi, we are doing our inna, all these things. Also we are doing rafa, we are doing, muda, proper, common, everything is coming there, is including there. So we should have an exam next week. And then I think then we can have a quick break to review everything. We'll discuss our exam and everything. And the week after that we start fail. Because fail is bit difficult, okay? But inshallah it will be easy. But because in fail we have to memorize a lot of things. A lot of charts to memorize in fail. Okay, because fail you have past tense, present tense, all these things. So fail will be a bit difficult. So, but that will be our, in the next thing. So inshallah in 2 weeks time, if Allah wish, we will start fail. Inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.